Today we are going to do positive and negative pictures. So we are going to have whatever is positive space. So the shamrock here is green, and the opposite one, it's yellow. And then the background switch from yellow to green. So the exact opposites, positive and negative space. So here we have the shamrock. Another example, hard to draw and cut out, but a simple shape of a person just cuts out in one big piece. Now this looks hard to draw, but really what I did is I just traced my hand and cut it out with black and white. So to do this, what you're gonna do is you need a big piece of paper and a small piece of paper. That's about half the size of this. And then you're gonna decide what to draw. So I'm gonna do a leaf. So I'm gonna draw the leaf on here. Now I am drawing in marker. You would draw in pencil, but I want you to be able to see it. And then we're gonna take our scissors, and the goal is to cut it out. So this is one piece, and then the background is just one piece. So I have to figure out how to cut in from the side. So I try to find the closest spot, so I think it's right here. And then I'm gonna cut this out. And then I'm gonna have to turn corners. I'm gonna cut right on my lines, as close to them as I possibly can. Now, usually when I'm cutting this off, what I would actually do is I would just cut this off to get rid of this extra paper, but I do not want to do that. So I'm going to turn it, stick my scissors back in there, and start cutting down this other side. Now, I'm almost there. Gotta carefully turn this corner. One last turn. Okay, there we go. Now, some of my black lines still shows. So actually what I do is flip the paper over. This will work unless you're doing a letter, then it really will not work. So what it's gonna end up looking like is this. Okay, I would want it like this. I don't wanna take and turn the paper this direction. That doesn't quite work. You wanna keep it this direction. Now, if you're doing something like, let's say an eyeball or something like that, you can turn your paper this way, that'd be fine too. In fact, the leaf might look good that way too. But what you're gonna do is I wanna make sure that I get this leaf in the exact same spot. So I'm lining the pink paper over here. Now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put glue on it around the edge. Open my glue bottle. Notice the glue is really close to the paper, just on the edge. Now, you might think I'm gonna flip it over to this side. I'm not going to. I'm actually going to put it in here. It's kind of like a puzzle piece. So I'm gonna take, so I get exactly the spot that I cut out. And then I'm gonna take this off, and I would press down and I would count to 10 to get it to stay. Now, this one I'm gonna flip over again and put glue on the edge of this one, and then flip it over, and it should look exactly the same, just different colors. So let's flip it over and see if it does. Okay, I would probably hold it and count to 10. And do they look opposite? Oh, I think they do. The only thing left is to put my name and class on here and put it in the drying rack. Have fun. For a medium hard one, so letters that have multiple parts to it, that would be medium challenging. Ooh, here's a cowboy boot. So medium challenging has more than one thing. So on this one, we have black in 2 places and yellow in 2 places over here. So to do that, let's say I'm gonna do a capital A. So of course I do this on a smaller paper, and I'm gonna draw a big bubble letter A. I need a better marker next time. Hopefully you can see that well enough. So then I'm gonna cut it out, and again, I'm gonna cut in from the side and cut around like that. I'm gonna do that, and then I'll start the video again. Okay, I have the main part cut out. Remember, my goal was to cut it out one big piece, and I did that, but I still have this center triangle to do. So I'm going to, again, cut in from the side and just cut that little triangle out. Okay, now to make sure I know where that little triangle is going to be, I'm gonna put that there, even if it's not gonna stay. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glue and press it on in there, and then take this off. like that. Okay, then I can take this and put it over here. I can try to line it up the best I can. Another thing I could do is I could take this over here as my guide. It's not quite where it's supposed to be. Okay, then on the pencil sides, I'm gonna draw my glue line and then glue this over here. This is why this is just a little more challenging. And then I would pull this up. I would want to hold that longer because you can see it's not completely glued yet. Then flip this over, put glue on this. And then I will have a more challenging okay, let's flip this over. See if it looks like a positive and negative picture. Like cowboy boots trying to get in the picture again here. Okay, there we go. We have another one. So this is more challenging. Have fun. Now this is one that's very, very challenging. So we have a tree would be very challenging because it has all these extra little pieces. Then, ooh, eyeball. This one I would need to turn this way. But you can see this one, I have to cut out several pieces. So I have 2 purples and 2 greens. 2 purples and 2 greens. So that would make it a little more challenging. Now I am going to do, I'm going to do a happy face. So I'm going to have my yellow, remember a big piece of paper and a small piece of paper. You would use pencil. I'm using Sharpie so you can see. So I would want to draw a big circle. Doesn't have to be exact. Then I'm just going to make it look more like an emoji with 2 circles. Mine's a happy one. Just like that. So then the first thing I'm going to do is cut the circle out and just go in from the side anywhere you want. And I'm going to cut around it like this. This is the easy part. Cutting the other things out will be a little more challenging. Almost there. There we go. I'm going to set this. Now remember, I always like to flip it over so any of my lines don't show. Again, that does not work well for letters. Okay, then I'm going to take and I'm going to cut an eyeball out. So I'm going to cut in from the side and cut around the eyeball. I got off my lines a little bit, that's okay. I'm just going to set it down right there. I'm going to come in from the other side and cut out this one. And then I'm also going to cut out the smile. So I'm going to cut those out. I'll be right back. I have all my pieces cut out. So I'm going to take, I have this on the edge of the paper. I'm going to take and put my happy face on the inside. Then I'm going to glue these on. So I'm going to make sure I know where this eye goes, where it fits. Ooh, yep. I'm going to take and I'm going to put a little bit of glue around the edge. I can tell where this one goes because it's got that little point. There we go. This one I'm going to take and sometimes look, oh, there's a flat side there. Yeah, that's where it goes. Put some glue on it. Stick it in there. Okay, the mouth. Yep, okay. Then glue, 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 glue. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the outside of the face off. Ah, my mouth moved a little bit. I'm going to move it right back. Okay. Probably should hold and count to 10. Now this one I could guess and put over here, but if I want to make exactly sure that I don't put it too low, too high, or to the side, I'm actually going to move this over for a minute. Get it right to the edge of my paper. It's almost there. Then I put glue on this side. Okay, then I'm going to flip it over and put it inside here. I'd press down and count to 10. But I didn't do that, did I? Okay, one more. Flipping this over. Now, which side is this going to go on? Is it going to go on the left or the right? You tell me right now. If you said, to get the corners, if you said right, you're correct. I take and I move it over here. Sometimes you might need a friend to help you put this down so it doesn't get, it gets kind of floppy. And I would press down. And then we have the exact opposite. So that was a really challenging one. Have fun.